And good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the six-figure blueprint for impact-focused entrepreneurs. Here at Women's Prosperity Network, we are all about supporting women and men who are impact-focused so that they can make the difference and the positive impact they're here to make, as well as make the money that they desire and deserve. And that's all of you here, because I know if you are here today on this training, if you're part of our community, that you are somebody who is really about using your gifts and talents to make an impact in the world. And let me talk about the word impact for a moment. It's tossed around quite a bit. And here's the definition of impact that we're moving forward with today. And that is having a strong effect on someone or something. And I want to distinguish that specifically to be a positive impact, positive effect on someone or something. So we want to make an impact by making a positive difference in the lives of others or in something that's happening in the world, in the environment, whatever that is. So, what we're going to do today is I'm going to be sharing with you a lot. So, really get a pen and paper, get your notepad ready, and what we're going to be diving into today are a few things. So, first of all, I'm going to share the three keys, the essentials for a thriving impact focused business, the foundation that must be in place for you to be successful in growing your business. Secondly, I'm going to share how to build a tribe that you can be proud of and one that really amplifies your impact. There are a few essential things you can do to make sure that you're attracting the ideal clients, the people you're meant to serve, as well as getting them to share the message and amplify the impact that you're making. And then the third thing I'll be sharing today is the step-by-step sequence to your six-figure impact-focused business. And just like this little baby, we're going to take one step at a time, and I'm going to share with you how to go ahead and build that ladder of the money that you desire and you deserve. And then, as mentioned a few minutes ago, also have the opportunity for some laser coaching, and I already see one question in there. So if you have a question that pops up at that point in time where I have it scheduled for us to do some laser coaching, I'll go ahead and call on you and address it. So put your questions in the queue, and I will get to them during today's training. And speaking of today's training, I want to invite you to give yourself to the gift of being present. It's easy for us to get distracted. It's easy for us to maybe have the TV on in the background and have the phones there. I shut my phone off so I could be fully present with all of you. And I invite you to do that for yourself as well. Be fully present for yourself in this moment. Plan for 90 minutes. So we're going to go till 11:30. I may end a few minutes earlier, and I'll do my best to make sure we are done by 11:30. So to support you in being fully present, just a couple of suggestions. Turn off your email, put your phone on silent, close down your social media. Don't let those pings and notifications be coming to you during the training. And lastly, close your door. Wherever you are, go ahead and just give yourself this time and this space to be focused, clear, and really drinking in what I'm sharing with you today so that you can apply it to your business and the impact that you want to make. And I had this training planned before last Monday, when things really ramped up here in the United States in terms of the change that is upon us. And as I got to Friday, which was the first time I did the broadcast, as I got to Friday, I thought I need to really tap into what's happening right now in our world, in our economies, and in our lives, so that you get this is just part of change. It's part of process, and things have changed. So there's no denying that things have changed significantly, like since January. Let's go back in January, where it was 2020 and this is going to be the best year ever, and now maybe you might be feeling a little bit shaky in that conviction. And I want to remind you to stay rooted in that conviction. Obviously, the changes and the things that are upon us is nothing that any of us expected to experience. And simply when things change, it means it's time for us to adjust. So again, I'm so glad that you're taking the time to be here today so we can make the adjustments to our plans, to our lives, and get out there and still make that impact we're here to make. And as we look back upon history, and I looked back upon my personal history, change is the one constant that we're always experiencing, right? So change, look at the way we used to get around in a covered wagon, pulled by horses. Now we fly in airplanes. Well, maybe not today, but change is always happening and change is always occurring in every industry. Take a look at continuing with transportation. The taxi cab industry has been completely transformed by the innovation of Uber and Lyft and Blockbuster. They didn't keep up with the change as fast as Netflix did. So today is an invitation for us to be ahead of the curve and keep up with the change that is already upon us. Look at communication. We used to write with ink on parchment paper, and then we've got a telephone so we could reach out to more people, and then you had this crazy looking telephone, and now you have this crazy looking telephone, and people don't even talk as much as they used to. They're texting. Communication has changed. The way we market has changed. Social media has opened up the space for each and every one of you to be able to share your message in an effective way so that you're reaching the people you're meant, that you as leaders are standing out as the beacon of light, leading the way for others. And social media actually makes it so easy for you. Now, there's a few things that haven't changed. Regardless of all these different things that come about, what hasn't changed? And what hasn't changed is that there is always opportunity. Thomas Edison said that opportunity always exists, but it is missed by most because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. So today, in the face of the changes that are upon us, you are here showing up to do the work that it takes to be able to be responsible and responsive to what's happened. And what's interesting is I had conversations last week with a few of my clients, and their businesses are actually improving in light of what's happened in our world right now. So take, for example, Linda Fostek on the top left-hand corner. Her business is the Crisis Planner. Do you think people are concerned on what they need to do to be safe, to protect, to make sure they have all their documents in place, to make sure they have everything they need? Her business is booming right now. Let me go back a second. Sorry about that. Kathy Pendleton on the top right, she is all about ensuring that people get the care that they deserve. And do you think her phone is ringing off the hook with people asking questions? How do I get in to see my doctor? What questions should I be asking? What should I be doing? And then lastly, Sandra Nunes, who has a concierge lifestyle service and is also a property manager and concierge assistant for property management companies. Her business is booming because people who have been told to work at home don't want to just work inside their little cubicle apartments. So they're renting houses where a few of them can create their own little pod, as it were. And her business is booming. So the key for all of us is knowing that change is ahead. Here's the key, and you're going to want to write this one down. It's all about being the change before change changes you. And I'll repeat that again. You have to be the change before change changes you. And that's what we're focusing on here today, is how you can be the change ahead of the curve to get out there and build, that six-figure business, have the impact that you want to make. And as I looked upon my history and the changes that have happened in my lifetime, one of the major changes that caused a shift in what I was doing was when 9/11 hit. At the time, I was working for an attorney, and as many of us experienced at that time, there was this question, what should I be doing something more? Should I be doing something else? Where's my life really going? And in early 2002, I opened my first, formal full-time business, which was AC Title and Escrow. And I did this, like I said, in 2002, before, during the big boom. So I was working at an attorney's office and it was very busy in real estate. And first I became a mortgage broker because I saw there was so much business happening. And then I saw where the other opportunity was. And then I opened a title company. And I want you to notice something on this picture here, not just my little spiky, shaggy kind of haircut that I had back in the day, or how I might look better or not as good, whatever that is. I want you to take a look at the window, because I had AC Title and Escrow, and we also provided foreclosure solutions. So here's the first teaching point for shifting your thinking. Not only did I serve people by helping them when they were buying or selling a house, that same human being who may have been in financial crisis related to their property and their homes, I had foreclosure solutions. So within the sphere of real estate, my expertise was both in helping them when they were affluent and buying and selling houses, and also when times were not so good, and having solutions for them if they were facing foreclosure. So starting the thinking process for you right now is about what is the opposite thing that your customer or client may be experiencing that you can still provide them value in based upon your expertise. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. So in 2002, opened my title company. In the first 2 years, it went to $1 million in revenue, and I thought I was flying high. Everything was going great. I was buying and selling real estate. Everything was going great. But the truth is, I didn't really like that particular business. And that was when I started teaching people how to buy foreclosure properties. So I had been doing real estate investing for several years, and one person after another is like, Nancy, how do you go ahead and do this real estate business? So in 2004, my sister Trish and I started a company called Foreclosure Secrets. We built that up, did coaching, mentoring, created our programs around it. And in 2007, we held our first 3-day event, which was called Foreclosure Secrets. Now, again, this was before the bubble burst. So knowing that change was coming, we were also looking for change. And in 2007, the way that we were doing foreclosures, that opportunity was gone at the end of 2007. So it was time for me and my sisters to again innovate and think differently. So the people that we were serving, real estate investors in this scenario, were people who wanted to earn more money, have financial freedom, they wanted to be prosperous. And that was the birth child, actually, of Women's Prosperity Network. Is still, I'm serving the same person, but I'm serving them in the way that they now need. And in 2008, we began Women's Prosperity Network. And having experience in doing events, in October of 2008, we held our first conference, a one-day conference called the Prosperity Expo, responding to what was going on in the world, in the economy, in the minds and hearts of the people we were serving. So, the conversation about money doesn't grow on trees, we were teaching people how to be a winner in any economy, and we're still teaching that to this day. That's what we want you to get right now, is regardless of what's happening in the economy, there is a way for you to serve, have the impact that you are meant to deliver, and get paid for it. There's plenty of money around. And we just need to focus on what is that impact, what's going on in the hearts and minds of the people we serve, and shifting. So for those of you who may be joining us and are not yet familiar with myself or my sisters, let me just give you a quick rundown on that. So I'm Nancy Matthews, lady on the left in the blue. My sister, Trish Carr and Susan Winner. We are partners in business, partners in life, and partners in family. And we have been serving high achieving, impact focused women since 2008 all the way through today. And what's really interesting, again, as I looked back over my life, if you had told this little girl who was shy, who didn't want to stand up in front of the classroom and get picked on because I was chubby and overweight, and I did not have a good experience when I was in school, probably like many of you, if you had told this little girl that she would end up being the leader that I am privileged to be today, speaking all over the world, traveling, all the things that I now get to do, I would have said, you probably, have someone else's crystal ball. And I believe everything happens for a reason. So from that lost little girl to when I was in my 20s, and I was a confused young woman with low self-esteem, looking for love in all the wrong places, if you know what I mean. At the age of 24, I got pregnant, and I had a choice to make at that time, and I chose to go ahead and have my child without any child support. I didn't get anything from the father of this beautiful boy, Zach, and he's now 34 years old, and boy, does time fly. And that was a turning point for me. That at that point, when I became so responsible for another human being, it shifted how I was self-responsible. And as I said, there's been many twists and turns over the years, and to think that now I have this privilege of, have been in business for myself since 2002, consistently adapting. I've been speaking professionally since 2004, over 1,000 presentations and interviews, best-selling author, co-founder on TV. Like, I didn't know that was going to happen. But what I knew always is that I was here to make a positive difference and a positive impact. And I got coaching and mentorship and guidance, just like you're doing today. So I want to really say kudos to you for taking the time to be here with us live or catching the replay, and knowing the value of plugging into a positive community, especially in light of what's happening right now, and getting the education and training so that the brilliance that lies inside of you can come to light. The word empower is not about somebody else telling you you're powerful. It's about being empowered from the inside out. And again, I am so privileged and honored to be here with all of you today and always. So I'm looking forward to everything that we do together. So today, where we are now, what we are now, you're here to take that next leap of faith to what you want to be. So I'm inviting you all to make the jump. And yes, we're going to trust that the net will appear, but the net is actually having a plan and a team to support you. And that's what you're here for. So let's get a yes, yes, yes in the comment chat if you know you're in the right place to take you to that next place that you want to go. Give me some yes, yes, yeses. Show me some love in the chat. All right. So here we are today. Thank you very much, Lyle. Thank you, Yvonne. Yes, yes, yes. Victoria, glad that you could be here. Roberta, that's right. Let's tap into this energy. Even though we're not together in person, we're together and we're connecting. So today, we need to think differently to get to that next level, because the next level of results requires the next level of thinking. And now more than ever, we must open ourselves up to a new way of thinking and the action that we're going to take. So the next level of results, which is that 6-figure or beyond income that you desire and deserve, is going to take new thinking as well as your ongoing commitment to learning, growing, and taking consistent action. And from where we sit right now here at Women's Prosperity Network, we are really committed to making it as easy for you as possible to get the results you want. And we actually have, for the second quarter of 2020, a step-by-step roadmap to that 6-figure business. And one of the things I really want you all to kind of drink in right now is that the key to your success during this very interesting time is going to come down to what is the foundation upon which you're building your business. So what you identified as the problem or challenge happening for your ideal client, when you thought about that in January and you worked on your ideal target market and your demographics, they're thinking and feeling differently today. So that's why we really want to encourage you all to really spend this time now in creating a foundation for this new global economy, for the way you'll have and bring your impact and positive results, products, services, and all of that to the world. So this is our time to create our future roadmap, which is different than the roadmap, slightly different than the roadmap that you started in January, at least from the perspective of the way people are thinking and what they're saying to themselves and what they're experiencing. And that shifts what you want to be saying in your marketing, in your conversations, and things of that nature. So we have a special program that we're putting together specifically for the second quarter so that you can make your impact. When I did this on Friday, I opened it up for people to join us. And I'm going to invite you to join us too, because ongoing learning is really the key to being successful in this time. You're going to get great value from today's session, and I don't want you to leave here thinking, okay, that was great, but I'm not sure where to plug this thing in, or how am I supposed to do that, and I tried this and it didn't work. No, we need to stay together. So jot this website down and this phone number, womensprosperinetwork.com/impact. And then you could also call or text Susan at 954-290-2240. And we've put something really special together for the second quarter. It's part of our Momentum Mondays. So we'll be working together every Monday like this, 12 o'clock Eastern. Every Monday we get together and we're going to work on a very structured plan that you can apply for your business over this second quarter so that you're making money, making the impact, and getting the things that you need. And they're the first people who say yes. We had several on Friday who said, yes, I'm ready. I know that this is the right move for me. So I'm keeping this bonus open. So text if you know you want to work with us further, and I'll just let you know it's $199 a month for 3 months. It's not a lot. One sale is going to make that up for you. And I promise that when you follow the blueprint, you'll get even more than that. So let me dive in to these 3 keys. And this comes back to what I said a few minutes ago. The foundation must be strong for your impact-driven business in order for you to have sustainable results over the long term. So here are the 3 keys. I'm going to break them down one by one. So key number 1 is your vision. The vision for the impact that you provide, and also the vision for the value you provide. So creating your vision is about answering this question. How do you see your clients and the world positively impacted as a result of the work that you do? How do you see your clients and the world positively impacted as a result of the work that you do? So for example, Leslie Warren was on the session on Friday, and she's developing online workout trainings. Like, what perfect timing, yay, let's get this out there. So her vision is that people will be feeling good, tapping into the energy, the positive energy and endorphins and happy feelings that physical activity brings them, that they'll feel safe, not worried about not going to a gym. And as a result of their increased health and well-being, actually for what's going on in the world right now, she's contributing to the containment of this crazy virus that's going on. So what's your vision for the impact that you want to have? Those of you that are in the field of life coaching, mindset, any kind of energy healing, health and wellness, this is your time. And all of us have the opportunity to shift the way we're looking at things so that we can bring value for what's happening for people right now. Because having your vision is this foundational piece, because the more people you serve, the more successful you are. The second part of vision is the vision for the value that you provide. And this really steps into you having that knowing, that confidence that you're here to serve in a powerful way and not shrinking from the gifts and talents you've been given, you uniquely have been given, and allowing things to cloud that vision of the positive impact that you can have. So, just for a moment, I want you to consider, what is it that stops us from really getting out there, from trusting ourselves enough to put our messages out there in the world on social media, in our email marketing and videos, whatever ways we need to do that to have the impact. And Les Brown, the great motivational speaker, author, he says that too many of us are not living our dreams because we're living our fears. And here's the thing about fear. Fear is a thief and a liar. It whispers, you're not good enough, you're not safe. It dictates what you can and cannot do, but only if you allow it to. So we have the power right now in this moment to not let fear dictate our lives. And I want you all to really sink into, just for a moment, that whatever your calling is, your purpose, your why, your specific gifts and talents, that you've been uniquely delivered those, so that right now, today, you can step up and lead others. And if you're here with this training today, I know that's who you are. And it's an honor and a privilege to support you. Our thinking, our fears, our dreams, we've got to get those lined up in the right place, because as Buddha says, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, and we really got to get to that deep level of what we're feeling, and what you imagine you create. So let's pause on that. What you think you become. So do you think that you are a leader called to the forefront right now, today, at this very unique, never seen before position in our world, to make a positive impact in the lives of others? Yes, you. Do you feel that there are people out there eager, hopeful for the solution and the value that you uniquely can deliver to them? Feel that. Connect with that person who's like, oh, Nancy, thank goodness you let me know how I could work with you so that my life would be better. Think of that person that's out there and what you imagine you create. So let's imagine that there's containment for what's going on right now, and that the most possible number of people can be safe, healthy, and well, and that in this unique, interesting time, new opportunities have been created. That's where we need to keep our mind, our feelings, and our creativity attached. And because of so much hype out there on social media and television, and what some people may be saying, you are the leaders that need to carry this. You are the leaders that need to carry this, because your mind is your instrument. Learn to be its master and not its slave, which requires on all of us ongoing mindset mastery. That's why part of what we do in our Momentum Mondays, our every day at 12 o'clock, and what we're going to do with you in the second quarter, is there's always mindset woven into it. People say to me, Nancy, how do you stay so positive with all these things going on and blah, blah, blah? It's because I work on my mindset first and foremost every single day. So key number 1 was vision. Key number 2 is verbiage. How to effectively share your message and inspire others to take action. So for those of you, I know I've got some things in the chat. How do I get people to buy my online courses? How do I deliver this to people? How do I go ahead and create that messaging? The verbiage that you use is key for your success. And what happens to so many people is you're in your head using your words of how you describe the problem and how you solve it. Instead, what we've got to do is pay attention and listen and use the words of your ideal client. We've got to really shift and get really into the minds, hearts, and spirits of the people that we want to serve and make a positive impact on. And that's all about knowing your ideal client inside and out. And this, my friends, goes way, way beyond the standard demographics. Yes, you do need to know how old they are, what kind of job they have, what's their income bracket, do they have children? You want to get all those basics, but to really get the messaging right, to really have the verbiage that's going to attract people to you so that you can have the impact and inspire them to take action, you want to go through these things very, very deeply. And my call to action for all of you is you need to do this exercise again, because what's happening for your ideal client has shifted just the same way it's shifted for you. So, what problem do you solve in today's environment? How does the problem you solve affect other areas of their life? So if you're in health and wellness, for example, and people aren't taking good enough care of themselves, they're more susceptible to diseases, to all kinds of things. Now, we need to look at the outstretch of that. So if somebody's not in good health, or they're overweight and they don't like the way they feel, they're not moving around as much, we really have to dive deep into what's going on for your ideal client in all aspects. How does the problem they have affect their relationships, their bank account, their self-confidence, their living their goals and their dreams? How does it affect their bottom line in their business? Get really, really clear on what's going on for them. And then dial into what do they say to themselves about having this sometimes persistent problem? What do they say to others about the problem? So go ahead and jot those things down, and then I'm going to give you a few more questions that you really want to get clear on. And one of the things that we do in the Momentum Mondays is you break into small groups so that you've got kind of your own focus group to go over and get their perspective, because you might be stuck in your own head too much. And you really need to hear and get other people's ideas and ways of thinking to bring into your marketing campaigns. Here's some more questions you want to go ahead and ask. What is it costing them to not have your solution? What's the impact in the many, many areas of their lives if they don't change their dietary habits, if they don't change their exercise? If in business, for example, right now, the cost of not having a solution for many of you is doing business the same old way. Live events are not happening. You got to learn how to get online. You got to create communities in a virtual way. So what's the cost of not jumping into where people are right now? And then what's the benefit to them in finally getting the results and transformation you provide? So like in our instance, when you learn to take your business online, take your wisdom and your knowledge and turn it into courses and products, you'll have ongoing income. And again, it's got to be, the verbiage around this must be based upon what's going on for people in their lives right now so that they'll resonate with your messaging and want to take action. So answering these questions in depth is going to get you to where you want to go so that you can have those results. All right, so key number 2 is about verbiage. Key number 3 is your vehicle. What's the vehicle that you'll deliver your transformation? So what are the specific products and services that you have? And then the next piece of that is creating a clear path to the desired impact and transformation that you provide. So obviously we're not going to do it in depth on the session today. We'll do it when you work together with us further, but here's the activity that you want to get crystal clear on. Is what services and products will you give to deliver the transformation? So write down all the different ways that you can serve people, whether it's working one-on-one with them, whether it's delivering essential oils, nutrition plan, mindset, energy healing, Let's see, who have facials, people taking care of themselves. And for you, Carol, I'm going to say in this whole, if you're still focused on doing, in-person treatments with people, you want to use language and advertising that says, this is the safest place you can come right now. Here's what our business does to take care, to make sure that you're protected. Your self-care does not have to be diminished as a result of what's going on. In fact, self-care is a key. So Carol, there's some messaging from you. All right, so yes, Roberto, I did this training just for you, for sure. And I did, let me say that. When I create courses and products and programs, I think about you and how I can serve you, not what I want you to have. Right? Like, I know this is going to help you. So there's a blend there. But the first and foremost thing in my mind is, how can I support impact-focused entrepreneurs to be even more successful? Because when you're successful, making your positive impact out there, we're changing the world together for the better. And that's what it's all about. So make a list of your products, your services, and your pricing that goes with it. Because when you get into conversations with people, they're looking to you as the expert to prescribe how they get their desired result. So when you're talking with somebody and they say, wow, Roberto, I would love to work with you. And then if you were to say, well, let me figure out how I can serve you, that's going to lose confidence in you. You are the expert they're coming to. When you're in a conversation and you've demonstrated how you can make a difference in their lives, being clear and confident in how you will help them, the path and the vehicles that's going to get them there is essential to that six-figure impact. Because you want to be able to quickly and easily say, here's what I'm suggesting based upon what you've told me. Here's what I'm suggesting as the best path to get you there. Now, when we work further together, and I know many of you are already part of our Momentum Mondays sessions, I guide you through something that I refer to as funnelology, and it's about looking at your funnel from the opposite direction most people look at it at. So here, I'm going to give you a quick snapshot of what this is to support you. So the funnelology approach has you first think about the optimal solution for your customer or client. So I want you to imagine your ideal client is sitting across from you, either on a Zoom, at your kitchen table, wherever it is that you are together, and they have a significant challenge that you can provide a solution to. If you simply start the conversation by saying, and this person really needs you, if you start with the smallest way possible first, and what they really need and are ready for is your optimal solution, you're doing them a disservice. Most people who teach how to create your online funnels and your in-person funnels, and a funnel is nothing more than having a variety of products, programs, and services to be able to meet people where they're at. So having this variety of products and services, starting with the optimal solution, allows you to know how to best serve your ideal client and earn the most money. If it's not the right solution, they don't have either the amount of time or money to invest in that optimal solution, then you can say, well, I have this lower package, and you do a downsell from there. And by creating the optimal solution package first, it makes it easy to do the smaller packages by simply pulling pieces out of the big package. So for everyone here that has a service-based business, this model will transform everything for you. And I see a question in here about, how does this information apply to real estate? So with real estate, your optimal solution package might be, we're going to identify it a little bit differently for you, Nicole. So it might be your optimal solution package is working with real estate investors who are buying multifamily. And maybe it's real estate investors who are buying single family homes. Then it's the single family homeowner. Then that's the person in the apartment who's getting ready to buy something. And then the bottom one is maybe just your looky-loos who are interested in doing some real estate investing. So there's a way to apply this funnelology to every business. Today's focus is primarily about service-based, impact-focused entrepreneurs. And there's a way to do it for real estate and all of those pieces, because what this ties into is you being prepared to serve your ideal clients wherever they're at. So we can dive into that a little bit later, or privately, Nicole, if you want to get into more specifically. Let me show you how this worked for one of our clients, Stacy, who was going to be on leave for a couple of months. And we did a coaching session, came up with her funnelology approach. And while she was not working on leave, she made $2,000 from a handful of clients. She did a 60-minute session as a bonus with them, which is what I recommended. And the first customer spent another $1,000 with her. This is just the beginning. And Trish Carr specializes in teaching you how to generate back of the room sales. And let me tell you, right now, doing webinars, online trainings, and things like that, this is a skill you must learn to convert people to want to go ahead and work with you further. So here are these 3 keys: vision, verbiage, and vehicle. And let me see here, I've got laser coaching set up next. So if you would like a quick laser coaching opportunity, go ahead and say yes in the chat right now, and I will open you up for your question. Let's go. All right, Mary Beth. Let's see, Mary Beth, I don't know you very well, so I'm gonna allow you to talk. Hi, Mary Beth.
Hi.
Hi, glad that you could be with us. Where are you from?
Long Island.
Beautiful, I love Long Island. Did they close the schools?
Yes.
Okay, I figured that was coming. So what's your question? How may I serve you?
So my question is that I do on-site meetings, and I'm working with a woman now, or we're just developing. We're just going to go to contract. She is doing something that she's going to do in person, but that's not going to be possible, as you know, for a while. So I want to get her enrolled with me and to continue working with her until she can actually do the on-site.
What is the business?
She teaches people how to pitch.
Pitch in baseball or pitch?
No, pitch. Pitch ideas for funding.
Oh man, what a great opportunity you have to do this online.
Right, I think so.
Yeah. So do you have you have website developed or anything like that yet?
Yes, I do. I don't know whether she does yet.
Okay. Yeah, so you are really in a beautiful position right now because have you done any Zoom webinars or things like that yet?
Not that I have done, but I've participated in them.
Yeah, so this is your pivot. This is what you want to switch into and work with her. So part of the key, you're going to love this next piece that I get into, is building the audience that needs to hear your message, because you're putting a combined message together. Is that correct?
Right. Yes.
So what, getting her on this training would be great, or playing with us, because you need to get the verbiage, and start with what's the vision for this project together? Right. What's the verbiage that you're going to use? What's going on for the ideal client? So for the startup, or pitching for funding right now, the opportunity is huge from 2 perspectives. You have people who need funding that may not be able to get it from traditional avenues right now. And I don't know if you're teaching about angel investors, startups, GoFundMe, like what are you teaching?
No, I'm not doing the teaching. She's doing the teaching. My client is doing the teaching. I plan on-site events, so that's how we started to work together. But her on-site event obviously is not going to go forward for.
So what are you bringing into this partnership?
Well, I need to help her think through how she's going to do this now that she's not going to be able to do it. She was originally going to do it on site in September. She's not going to be able to do that now.
She
I
might,
don't believe.
she might be able to do September. It's,
Eh,
it's iffy.
yeah, it's iffy. So I told her that she needs to, we're in the beginning of our contracts,
Uh-huh.
contracting. I told her she needs to keep in contact with these people that
Absolutely. So
and she needs to,
you're doing great with her. Let me ask you a side question, because
sure.
this sounds like just one particular client, but what are you doing about all of your on-site management? What are you doing?
Well, some of the larger meetings have already been postponed.
Of
So
course.
I'm not doing much right now.
All right. So
But it's good because I have time to work on this.
which is great. So here's what I want you to take some time to think about, because being an expert in on-site events, I want
Mhm.
you to start thinking about what are the factors that make on-site events so successful that I can help people with by translating it into a virtual landscape.
Right.
And you do right now, so many people are going to be going online with things. So what's the secret sauce that you can help bring to them? I mean, you have a huge opportunity here as well.
Right. Right. I agree.
Yeah, so start thinking, I love that you asked the question, and I want you to, wear two hats during this training, so to speak, so that you have an online training in your area of expertise. Did you have created anything like that yet?
No, I have not.
Okay, keep your ears open, because I think you have a huge opportunity to make a big difference for people right now.
Okay, great.
Okay, good. Thanks for being with us. And I don't know if I know how to turn off your sound. So if you could just mute yourself, that'd be awesome.
Sure.
All right, thank you. All right, let's go on. Section 2. Section 2 is about how to build a tribe that you can be proud of, and one that amplifies your impact. So I really want to start by giving you some suggestions on what not to do. So here's what not to do. Jump onto Facebook and say, I just started my new business, join my tribe. To expect people to jump in on that, probably not going to happen. Maybe your best friend or your mother will do that, but you're not going to build a tribe in that way. Second thing you don't want to do is jump on Facebook and says, hey, join my group program and lose weight now. It's $350, and when you buy now, you save $100. Chances are nobody is going to go ahead and buy that. So building a tribe is about creating an audience that has a situation, a common interest, and I'm going to get to that in a moment, but you don't just blurt on Facebook and expect that to happen. The other thing that you don't do, especially today, is go out and rent an expensive event venue, create a Facebook event, and then believe the people are going to come. This was a mistake I made back in 2007 when I was in partnership with some other people. They thought that just rent the place and 500 people are going to show up. They were kind of under the premise of, if you build it, they will come. But here's the deal, my friends. In building tribes, it doesn't work that way. Seth Godin is the author of the book Tribes. And if you haven't read it, highly, highly, highly recommend it. It was one of the first books I read when we started Women's Prosperity Network. And what he says is, if you build it, they will come. That only works in the movies. It's build it, nurture it, engage them, and they may come and stay. And that's the magic. So the author is Seth Godin. He's the author of Tribes, Purple Cow Marketing, many, many extraordinary books. And here's how he defines tribes. He says that a tribe is a group of people connected to one another, connected to a leader, and connected to an idea. For millions of years, human beings have been part of one tribe or another, and a group needs only two things to be a tribe: a shared interest and a way to communicate. So let's start in on a shared interest. So think of this, going back to your vision and your mission and what you're all about. What is the shared interest? What is that vision that you have? And what is the common cause that you are seeking to make a change in? And it can be a common cause in someone's life, in a community, or in the world. Are you about changing the status quo? Bad service, bad customer service is a cause that many people who work in HR are all about. Inequality, oops, let me go back, sorry. Inequality, obesity, health challenges. You got to get that fire burning. Let me give you some examples that you can use as fuel to come up with what your shared interest and common cause is. So, for example, Marty Ward is one of our members, and her vision or mission, her shared interest, is about decreasing the impact of bullying through confidence. So, what do you think the common cause, the thing that she's seeking to make a change in? So, yes, it's decreasing the impact of bullying, but it's really about ending school violence. Like, take it out. What is the big impact that you're making a difference in? What's that common cause? So she's ending violence, suicide, school dropouts, and poverty. Here she is, in fact, in Africa right now, training and teaching these beautiful children and the adults and all the people in the schools on how they can have more confidence, because confidence eliminates bullying, says our friend Marty Ward. And as a result of our community, look at the impact that she's having all around the world. She does these teachings here in the US and she does them over in Africa as well. And as a result of her sharing her message and her impact with the Women's Prosperity Network community, children in Uganda are being sponsored by WPN members. They get to go to school. We're making a difference in the world together. Next up, Betsy Clark is a coach, and her vision is about embracing your inner strength. So what's the common cause on on what she wants to make a change in? So her common cause is to eliminate self-doubt, fear of criticism, and self-judgment. So again, take your vision and what is it that you're looking to make a change in or eradicate? What's that cause? Because when you know the cause and the shared interest piece, then you can rally the people who you're meant to be serving. For me, with my book, The One Philosophy, my shared interest and vision is a world where everyone treats each other as the one. So what is the common cause? It's about getting rid of prejudice, anger, lack of compassion, and empathy. The People Skills Academy, another one of my ventures I'm just about to launch, is about equipping people with the essential skills to master the art of human connection. What's the common cause there? The common cause there is, well, where do we go? The common cause there is to eliminate conflict, misunderstanding, disappointment, disharmony in teams, business and personal. How about Women's Prosperity Network? What are we all about? This is a network for impact-focused women entrepreneurs, a movement of women coming together in collaboration as a massive force for positive change in the world. Where common cause is ending the gender gap in leadership and money. Women standing up, speaking up, having the confidence to do that. The misperception about how women work together, we are better together, we are stronger together, and women being financially empowered. So shared interest, we must dive in on that to create a tribe. You've got to have the shared interest and the verbiage to convey it. So you can see how the three keys, you do that first, then you build on the language that you're going to use to communicate and build your tribe. So that's where we're going to go next. So the second thing we need is a way to communicate. It's about creating a tribe and inviting people to your bonfire. And the beautiful thing is that today we have the amazing opportunity to share our messages, to get out there and communicate on YouTube, via email marketing, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, blogs, LinkedIn, speaking engagements, both virtually and in person. And we're going to mostly be doing virtual things right now, interviews and podcasts. So the way for you to communicate, the ways that you can get out there and share your message are infinite right now. The question is, are you using the verbiage that's going to attract your tribe because it's all around your shared interest and your common cause? The way they think, the thoughts they say to themselves, and the difference they want in their lives and in the world. That's really why I said earlier, we've got to build a solid foundation so that you can build that bonfire. And the other piece of it is some of you are holding back, not thinking your message is important enough, good enough, smart enough. It's that fear monster that's trying to get in there. And here's the truth. If you are here in our community watching this right now, you know you're meant for greater things. So it's time. It's time to stop pretending you're this average person, because you do have big work to do. And I get it can feel scary to step up and start sharing your message. But if it's a message that's in you, it's placed there to be shared with others. And I'll get to some questions in a few minutes, and there's some construction going on. I'm hoping you're not picking up that sound, which might be. So I'll get there in a few minutes. So it's time to stop pretending you're this average person, because you do have big work to do. Many of you know, and I even think she's with us today, our friend Debbie Montgomery Johnson, who got the courage to share her story for the first time at our speaker training. And now she's been on Dr. Oz, Mel Robbins, Tamron Hall. She's been all over the media sharing her message and her mission. And I'm going to let you seek her out, go to the Women Behind the Smile to find out more about Debbie's story and the huge difference that she's making in the world. So a shared interest, a common cause, and get out there and communicate. You've got to use what's readily available at your fingertips to go ahead and get out there. So next piece of this is I want to give you the 3 key components to grow your tribe. So number 1 is having an easy way for people to join your tribe. And again, today it's easier than ever. You want to create groups on Facebook, and notice how the shift has happened on Facebook. If you look at television commercials, they're telling you to create Facebook groups. The group is the best way for you to grow your tribe, and I'm going to recommend you begin with an open Facebook group that lets everybody who resonates with the messaging you're sharing to join your tribe. So step number 1 is create an easy way for people to join your tribe. Create a Facebook group, have an opt-in on your website, which is nothing more than giving somebody something for free in exchange for their email address. And we go through all of this in greater detail when we work together. Or maybe even just having a subscribe button. Not quite as effective these days unless you're YouTube, but a subscribe button, if people click on that, clearly they're aligned with the messaging that you're sharing. So create an easy way for people to join your tribe. I'm going to recommend that once you dial in on what your vision is, the shared interest, the common cause, that you create a Facebook group that clearly communicates your value proposition, what you stand for, and how you serve. And that brings us to the second component, which is about consistently delivering value and your messaging. Those of you who have been around Women's Prosperity Network, we consistently deliver value and messaging, and that's how we've grown our tribe into the tens of thousands. We're consistently out there. When I started Wow Wednesday, which is a free teleclass every Wednesday morning, the first time I did it back in early 2009, maybe I had 25 or 30 people on it. We get 100 to 150 live every single week, and hundreds and hundreds more listen to the replay, maybe even thousands, I don't know. But consistently deliver your value and your messaging is how you build that tribe. And once again, there are so many ways to do it today. Webinars like this, podcasts, blogs, email, social media, live events, virtual events is what that's going to say the next time I do it, having an app. So number 2, consistently deliver your value, deliver value and your messaging. And that's what you need to grow your tribe. And then the third component is making it easy for them to share. Now, for example, today, if I didn't want you to be fully present so that you got the most out of this, I would say to all of you, go on social media right now and tweet and do this. I didn't do that intentionally because I wanted you to get the most out of this today as opposed to anything else. Hold on, I'm getting a message that my voice is warbling. Give me in the chat, is my voice okay? Somebody said it wasn't working so well. Hopefully it is. It's okay. Thank you, because I wouldn't know how to fix it. So sorry about that. So make it easy for people to share. And you can add share buttons on your websites. When you go on social media, you can say, please share this post. And then Facebook, in addition to Yelp and Google reviews, and there's all kinds of ways to get reviews. And people go to reviews first before they buy today. So get people on Facebook to write reviews about what you do. Here's Pat Rogers, Sharonata Pollock. These are all directly off of our Facebook page. So go ahead and make it easy for people to share their great experiences with you. All right, so I have an opportunity for laser coaching. Again, type yes if you have a question, and I'll bring you on for laser coaching. Let's see who wants laser coaching. Come on in, come on in. All you got to do is type yes in the chat and I will take it. Jeanette, perfect. All right, Jeanette was the first one in, so I am going to go to my friend Jeanette. Is this the beautiful Jeanette Anderson?
Hello. Hi, Nancy. Hi, everybody.
Hi there.
I know that this is slightly off topic, but it's so pressing and top of mind for everyone. Is dealing with fear. As I'm listening to you, I've gotten 2 emails back from 2 clients or potential clients who have said, I'm not going forward with the coaching, or I'm not going into your program because I'm not sure how I'm going to make money going forward because of one's in real estate and so forth, because of all the shutdowns and so forth. How are you dealing with fear in your tribe? Because part of the building a tribe and being a leader in that tribe is providing alternative perspectives and really leading people out of fear. So what is your kind of grounding right now?
Okay, so my grounding is a couple of things, and number one begins with managing ourselves. So I'm just inviting us all that we must check in to see what energy we're operating from, whether it's faith or from fear.
Yeah. And
just one suggestion I had for everybody was don't look at your email while you're on this training.
Yeah.
So self-management in that. And as the leader, so in your particular instance with the question that you had asked, number one, the response needs to be, if you need to respond via text or email first, I totally understand. I can totally understand how you're feeling this way. Let's just jump on a call to see if I can help calm some of your fears, and we'll brainstorm some new ways for you to make money.
Right.
So that's really just what you need to step into. And what we do as leaders is, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. So for all of us here, I have doubled up on my personal development, my personal mindset mastery, and probably for the first time ever, I am watching the news from a scientific perspective, because I need to be informed in order to know what my target market may be feeling. So I normally don't watch the news, and I'm not telling you that I'm buying into it. And if I'm watching the news, even from the perspective to gain the information so I can serve better, some of that ick is going to get on me. So I need to put on extra protection for my mindset, and that's what I'm doing. Did that help? Jeanette, are you still there?
Yep, totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love what Charles
I think we need
prepared, not scared.
Yes, I agree. And focusing on solution, not the problem. So how are we going to make money? What are some alternative ways, which is what you're doing brilliantly in this conversation, is how do you pivot so that you can adjust your business model so that you can make money when you can't do it the way you used to.
Exactly. So, and we have to get back to basics. So when you get on your call with your client or your potential client after this, is you need to get back to basics, because the conversation you're going to have with them today needs to be different than it would have been 3 weeks ago. So that's why I started today.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all have to reassess who our ideal client is and what they're experiencing. Make sense? Yes?
Absolutely. Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And again, this is one of our commitments at Women's Prosperity Network, is supporting all of you in creating that plan, because you do need to pivot. Like 12 o'clock today, we have our Momentum group coaching call. That's exactly what I'm taking them through, positioning the pivot. You know, so, and the foundation needs to be here so that you can find out how to serve. And again, if I look back over just my business career, when I went into business for myself with the title company, I also provided foreclosure solutions, which prepared me for the oncoming boom when foreclosures began happening, because there was a lot of foreclosures happening before the market bust. And that was a time of opportunity right before the change happened. And then when the boom came, what do people need next? I never taught mindset before, but I was living mindset. And I totally changed my business model to provide what people then needed. You see what I'm saying? We just have to go back to, what are our gifts? What are our talents? What are our skill sets? What do people now need?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you so much.
I love you. Thank you for being with us today. You got this, girl. All right, so thank you for muting. All right, so let's start off on this next section. We got about 15 more minutes to go. And this is about creating that 6-figure blueprint. And some of you may be thinking, why did it take her so long to get to this? It's because the blueprint will work when you've got the right tools in your toolbox. If I didn't give you the tools in your toolbox and you tried to, if you tried to build a house with the wrong tools, you're not going to have a very good house and you're not going to have a solid foundation. So the 6-figure blueprint begins with 2 things. What is the impact that you want to make? And then how do you measure it? All right. So we're going to begin with what I refer to as backwards goal setting. So to create your 6-figure blueprint, begin with your desired goal for the impact you want to make and the income that you want to receive. When you start with the end in mind and work backwards, that's where you'll get what your next step needs to be. And it's a process, and it requires thoughtfulness and going ahead and taking it through step by step. Backwards goal setting is the key to success. It's why Napoleon Hill talks about visualization. It's like, what do you want? You got to start with the end in mind and allow your brilliant brain and the universe and all the people around you to create those opportunities for you to do things together. So Stephanie Duane is one of our clients, and she came to our Level Up workshop where we teach backwards goal setting. And at that event, she set a goal to earn $10,000 per month, and she thought it was going to take her till the end of the year, so a full 12 months. Thanks to the support and the systems that we give her, once you do the backwards goal setting, she hit her goal in 5 months instead of 12. Some of you are in a position where you're thinking it's going to take you X amount of time, or maybe you're sitting in a little bit of uncertainty on how it's going to happen for you. We're here to make sure that you get where you need to go, and where you need to go is serving people. And we serve people. More people you serve, the more successful you are. So number 1, begin with what is the impact you want to make? What is that goal? And then exactly how will you measure it? So specifically, here's the second question you want to answer. What is the very last step in the process that proves to you that you've achieved your goal? So maybe it's seeing the money in the bank account. You know, you open up your computer, and I want you to really tap into, how will you know you've achieved your goal? Is it you have, $100,000 on your QuickBooks report? Is it you have an event at the end of the year and there are 50 people there? What is that specific, tangible thing that you could see in your mind's eye? And this is all about getting real. So let's get real for you and your goal setting. I want you to really dive deep. Once you create that goal, What are the benefits to you of achieving that goal? What's the pain of not achieving it? And achieving your goal also helps you do blah, blah, blah. In today's time, particularly, you have to be so grounded and rooted in your passion, in the why that makes you cry. And these are the questions you ask yourself to get there. That you have to have this in place for you to consistently move forward. Okay? And Roberto, I do remember your goal, and I'm glad that you're joining Momentum. And we're going to be working together in the second quarter. It's fantastic. So answer these questions. And again, we got to get clear within ourselves to convey the message we share with others. And this is all part of it. Working from within to go without and serve people is essential right now. So we got to be real with ourselves and really get rooted in the why. The next thing you got to take a look at when you create these goals is, what are the obstacles that could stop you or have slowed you down in the past? Is it information overload and overwhelm? And I want you to consider your ideal clients are going to be flooded with that right now. So how can you stand out, right? So what I'm teaching you, you can apply to your businesses as well. So think about this for yourself. What slowed you down or stopped you in the past? Information overload and overwhelm, distractions, spending too much on trying to get things right. There's no more waiting. Now is the time to take action. Having uncertainty in your pricing or your marketing language, having messy messaging, which causes lack of results, a lack of confidence, and a lack of money. We got to get the messaging right. How about frustration? We plan and God laughs. Many people are feeling that right now. And I know you are too. I know there's some uncertainty for all of you, which is why we're here to support you step by step, hand in hand, to get through this together so that the people you're serving can get through this with you. That's what this is all about. So as you know, we are here to serve so that it's easier for you to earn more money, make a positive impact without exhausting yourself or your resources. So text Susan and jump in with us. It's only $199 a month. There's something special bonus for those of you who jump in quickly. And let's work together. Every single Monday we'll be together, and I'm going to quickly zip through how we're going to do that together. And let me say this, as awesome as me, Susan, and Trish are, it's not just us that you want to be connected with right now. It's your mastermind partners. Every Monday we get together on Zoom, and it's a focus group to test your ideas and your messaging. You get support and accountability. It's a solid community where you're not alone anymore, and always woven in is mindset mastery. Trying to do this by yourself, especially right now, is not a good decision. So trying to do things on our own can often cost us more than the cost of investing in ourselves and in our businesses. Take a look at this picture. I love this. It's like, well, there's a picture of a guy. He cut down the branch on the tree by himself and it broke the window. And he says, well, now we know how we'll spend that $350 you saved by doing it yourself. So how much time and money do you want to spend continuing to try to do this on your own? We are experts at guiding the process of adaptability, pivoting, and change so that you can earn the money that you deserve to make. And I know that you're distracted and there's lots of different things going on, and the demand on your time is probably even more pressing than ever before. And for those of you that have time demands, or you don't think you have enough time, you don't have time not to say yes to working with us right now. This is Leslie, who's a real estate investor. When she started working with us in January, she owned 8 rental properties, was managing and running all of these. And really, time was her biggest issue. It wasn't about money and investing in the program. It was, I don't know if I have the time to do the work, to get on the calls, blah, 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 blah. Well, see what happened for her. Fast forward, and this was by the summer of last year, or November, they had their 25th rental house. Plus, she formed a nonprofit and grew so much personally and professionally. Our team is all about giving you a proven success formula to move forward. It's called illumination because we want to illuminate and amplify your message and your impact. So here's the website again. Let's work together for certain results in these uncertain times. Certain results. And here's what we do. Every single Monday, we have Momentum Mondays from 12 o'clock to 1:30 or 2. I am available for up to 2 hours every single Monday, definitely an hour. And you want to focus on getting on, if not all of them, a minimum of 2 per month. It's week by week group mentoring sessions. It's also the quarterly strategic planning. So jumping in now, next Monday, we're doing our quarterly planning for the second quarter. So you want to get in today so that you can be on that strategic planning session. So we do that once a quarter. I'm inviting you to play with us in this next quarter. And if you stay, we do this all of the time. And you get accountability. Accountability is the glue between commitment and results. And we do this right on every call. There's a robust training library where you can tap into all these questions you have. How do I do Zoom? How do I build a funnel? How do I work with Word, PowerPoint, social media? I don't know how to do all this stuff. Well, you've got a robust library in there that you get the answers at your fingertips and in the community. And there's a bonus for you as well. We're going to give you a bonus ticket to the live in-person training of your choice when we're scheduled again. We're probably not going to be doing things till the summer or the fall. And we're going to be doing lots and lots of things online together. You also get our 2-day think tank, which is an extraordinary experience. So here's everything you get. Let me kind of run through this real quick. Momentum Mondays every week at 12 o'clock. Quarterly strategic planning, accountability, training library at your fingertips, an online forum for your question, plus the bonuses. Total value is $75.49. The only question you should be asking is not whether or not you're going to say yes, but whether or not you'll be the next success story, whether you'll be like Stacy and not work and have money consistently coming into your business, whether you'll be like Stephanie and hit your goal in record time, whether you'll be like Debbie and get all over the media to share your message, which is making a difference in the lives of millions, or like Leslie, tripling your passive income. So join us in Momentum Mondays for this next quarter. Let's go ahead and do this together. You can do 3 easy payments of $199, or you can pay in full. It's only $4.99 for the quarter and save $100. The first 11 people are going to get a one-on-one session with me to take it to the next level. So go ahead and text 954-290-2240 or go to the link womensprosperityNetwork.com/impact. Susan, if you would put the link and the phone number in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it. So I think Susan's here with us. She may also be on the phone already talking with people. So just text Susan so you can stay here for the final few minutes of the training and join us. I'm thinking perhaps Susan is occupied. So let me do this. womensprosperityNetwork.com/impact. And let me just say this, part of the reason we decided to do this at such a low cost investment is we believe in you. We believe in you following the plan and getting out there and making the difference. And we believe in the system that we're giving you because it's worked for others and it will work for you. So join us. First 11 people are going to get that bonus one-on-one session with me. And if you want to get in, you can, if you call Susan or text Susan right now and make the payment before 12 o'clock today, you can get on today's 12 o'clock session. If not, you'll get on next Monday's session. And we only open up enrollment in this once a quarter. So if you don't get in now, you don't get back in until June. We only open this up quarterly so we can give the best service to everyone who's in there. And if there was ever a time that you should jump in and say, yes, this is now. We need to be thinking differently. We need to be sticking together so that we can make a difference. So if you call Susan or go to that link and enroll before 12 o'clock today, you'll get on the call, the Zoom that we're doing today at 12 o'clock, where I'm going to be going into positioning your pivot. Some specific things, both in terms of business and mindset, to position your pivot. That's what we're doing today at 12 o'clock. Next Monday, we're going to do the second quarter action plan. All right, so here we go. Last few minutes. Get your pen and paper ready for creating your six-figure business plan. So taking a look at, we've got a few weeks left in the year. And let's assume you have a goal of 100,000 in revenue for 2020. Here's what I'm going to suggest that you do. Now, in March, I want you to book 3 speaking engagements. So we still have 2 weeks left, and those speaking engagements can either be booking them for in-person towards the end of the year or virtually. So if you are a speaker and you've made your income from doing live speaking engagements, please know that just because in-person events are closing down, the opportunity for you to provide your value has actually opened up, and it saves you money because you're not traveling. The key is to learn how to have that engagement in an online experience where they're feeling you. We'll give you some training around that too. So for the month of March, book 3 speaking engagements and serve 2 new clients at $1,500 each. And if you follow the funnelology that I shared with you, come up with those $1,500 packages, or maybe come up with a $5,000 package, and position yourself in your verbiage so people see that now is the time they must work with you if they're going to get through this crisis. Business coaches and all of that is really what we need to be doing, is focusing on how can we help our people do better right now. So here's the plan. March, book speaking engagements. Then we'll take a look, and April, we'll do the same thing. Then I'm going to say, October, I'm going to book some speaking engagements. I'm going to do a group program in May. So it's a virtual group program. You're going to use March and April to do the marketing and have the goal of having people in your group program. And then that group program is going to be so good, I'm going to do that in August as well. Let's see, what else could I do over the year? Oh, in June, I'm going to do some speaking engagements, and that'll bring me 10 grand. I'm going to get people in my high level program. September, I'm going to do the same thing. July, I'm going to book speaking engagements, and then I'm going to start planning for 2020. This business plan, which may need a little bit of tweaking along the way, it's okay. That's why we work together. If you follow this blueprint, it's $100,000 in revenue. Whatever your business is, we can create a plan in today's current climate to get you there. So let's do this together. Let's create your 6-figure business together. The roadmap we're going to do in the second quarter together is the step-by-step sequence to your 6-figure impact-focused business. So take a look at what we're going to be doing together. Each one of this Monday sessions is going to have a focus to take you through a progression, because things take time. We need to clarify your vision. Who is your customer and what do they want? What are they going through right now? Clean up your messaging. And mindset mastery, because that's got to be key. That's top for all of you, is upping your game for mindset mastery. So that's what we're going to do in month 1. Clarify your vision, connect with your customer, and clean up your messaging. And let me say this, just like I did some laser coaching on the call today, every Monday session gives you a teaching and an opportunity for laser coaching. Teaching, laser coaching, and accountability. So in the hour to an hour and a half that we're together, you will get exactly what you need to take your right next step. And then month 2, we're going to focus on designing your optimal solution, your funnel, and the systems for communicating. And guess what? Mindset mastery. So this is month 2 focus for the second quarter. And you'll get laser coaching, because at every juncture, I want you talking with people, having conversations, and delivering your value, which is what puts money in your pocket. Month 3, it's about positioning yourself as the expert, promoting your vision and mission to build your tribe, and producing results for your customers, getting reviews, having them share about you, and building your referral pipeline. And oh yes, month 3 is also going to be lots of growth mindset. As we're working here to wrap up today's session, In order for you to get all of that done, you need to have confidence, clarity, and creativity. You need to be doing the right things in the right order, having the systems, synergy, and synchronicities, and being willing to change, innovate, and adapt. More important than ever. And get the coaching you need for your mind and your business. You see, you really do need to create a tribe, a bonfire effect in life that gives you the momentum to keep going, because none of us should do this alone. And that's what Women's Prosperity Network is here for, because success occurs when your dreams are bigger than your excuses and your reasons. And we are all called to action right now. Dalai Lama, as you know, says the world will be saved by the Western women, and that's me and you. We need to do this together, so let's do this. Join us in the second quarter training, Momentum Mondays, quarterly planning, accountability, training library. For the first 11 people that jump in, I'm going to give you a bonus one-on-one session, and I've got some space this week and over next weekend. Let's get this done, because now is your time. So I'm here I finished right at 11:30 as promised. Who has some questions? If you want to put your questions in the chat, my recommendation is you text Susan right now, say, give me one of those spots, give me one of those spots. And if you want to join us at 12, we'd love to have you join us in this process where we are coming together to support each other and change the world together. All right, this is Nancy Matthews sending love, light, and faith that everything happens for a reason. You are here today for a reason, and we look forward to being together. Every Monday session, I see a question here, every Momentum Monday session is definitely 1 hour, and I stay on with you for additional laser coaching or questions, usually between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. But definitely from 12 to 1 Eastern, every Monday we're together. All right, any other questions before I wrap up? You are welcome, you are welcome. I will see many of you at 12 o'clock. Let's do this together, my friends. The world needs us. Bye, everybody.